Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I will be sharing with you my February beauty favorites. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will consider and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all my beauty favorites for the month of February, then just keep on watching. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still feeling all the love and all the pinks from the month of February. What a short month, but what a good month for everything that has to do with beauty, new makeup releases. I mean, it has been pretty substantial, and I have a few products, well, a lot of products that I want to share with you today. So let's dive in immediately. Let's start with the base. These right here, I mean, I shouldn't say that it took me by surprise, but because I knew as soon as Samantha Ravndolph revealed her brand that she was going to be very conscious and very detailed on whatever she was launching. And I have to say, the Glow Glass is one of my favorite primers. Actually, I'm using it as a primer. It's also a luminizer. You can use it as a highlighter, but I have been loving it under foundation. You know, guys, that I'm not a person that likes full coverage foundation. I like more into the light, leaning a little bit medium, but I don't overuse too much because I don't want my foundation to cake up, and this goes super well under the foundation. Now, you may be wondering, well, Jacqueline, what's the difference between these and say the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter? I actually did a fuller review on this one, comparing it side by side with the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and after wearing it for pretty much the entire month of February, I like this one as a primer because it does have more of that moisturizing property. And when I say moisturizer, I don't mean like it's thick. It actually seems like it's thick, but it blends into a very thin layer. I only use it on the high points of my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit right here on my nose. I avoid my enlarged pores area. For that, I use my Tatcha primer. You know how it goes. But overall, this gives such a beautiful glow, and for a person like me, I do have dry skin, sensitive skin too. It actually gives that glow from within, from my skin. It actually, you can see it with any foundation that I have used. I have been bouncing around different foundations this month. There's a couple that they have stood out and that I was like, okay, I want this, I want this, I want to wear this today and today and today. But I have tried a couple other ones, but definitely, I will have to say this is an amazing product, very different from the one from Charlotte Tilbury, not in the sense of outcome, but in the sense, again, of consistency. So kudos with this one right here from Samantha Ravndolph. She did an amazing job right there. Talking about foundations, these are here I featured on the month of January as one of my favorites because I knew immediately that this was going to be, you know, a love of my life, and it still is a cushion foundation from Chantecaille. It's gorgeous. I have been using it quite a bit. This is kind of like my everyday foundation, easy to apply. I will have to say that I actually enjoy to use this puff right here, and you will be like, ew, that's disgusting. Well, I have washed it at least 3 times. Okay, so stains are there, and also I use it today. I wish that they will sell more of these little, you know, like applicators on the side, like, you know, like just to buy like 5 or 6 of them just on the side. I would love to see that. Could be something. Yes, because I really love how this puff applies it. Super thin, almost imperceptible. I do have a lot of freckles. If you're new here to my channel, I do have texture. I'm already on my 4th floor, so I do have, you know, texture, fine lines, large pores and whatnot. And this one right here doesn't emphasize anything. It's beautiful for everyday wear. Now, I have been interchanging it a little, just a few days, not always, because this is of a thicker formulation, still very thin and still on the light medium coverage spectrum. I'm talking about my Sisley Phytotan Ultra Clad. I have it in 2 shades right here. So sometimes I mix them in, sometimes depends. If I'm self-tanning, I use the shade 3, and if I'm not using self-tanner, then 2 plus sun. I will be leaving all the details of the products that I'm talking about today on my description box below. You know the drill right there. it will be right there. But this, I mean, I rediscovered my love for this foundation. And you know, guys, that I moved from California to Florida. So here in Florida is humid, is hot for the most part. It's just a different weather condition than in California, and this stands the weather condition really well. It doesn't melt on me, nothing like that. Absolutely love it. You know that this was part of my 2019 favorites of the year. I'm so happy that I grabbed them back in and that I'm using them. And like I said, from time to time, also if I'm in like, you know, like my fake tanner is going away and I'm, you know, coming into the normal side, then I mix these two in. I know it becomes a little bit pricey that way, but it's just so good that I just have to do it. For concealer, this I was like really impressed. The Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Concealer. Now this is different than the Pat McGrath. The Pat McGrath one is of a thinner consistency. This one has a thicker consistency. You just need like 2 dots, one right here and one right here, and that's it. Now I do have, you know, my dark circles are very pronounced, so I like to use a color corrector under it no matter what, but it is a full coverage concealer. Now this is a concealer slash foundation. I will not use it as a foundation because of the type of coverage that it has. It's also very hydrating, and for being so hydrating, it actually doesn't crease on my under eye, you know, wrinkles. It doesn't. But what I was saying about not using it as a foundation is because I just, not only because the amount of product that you're getting right here is perfect as a concealer, if we're talking about price point compared to other ones. I actually did a review, and on that review I talk about the price difference, but here I'm talking more about that as a foundation. I just think it will be too full coverage for me. Unless I just use a couple dots to just kind of like camouflage any like breakouts or, you know, like discoloration, and then just blend it in with a brush and just kind of like really thin it out, I will do that. But I have been loving it as a concealer. I also do not set it, and it actually works for me fabulous. It doesn't crease, and again, I'm here on this humid weather and I'm surprised that it doesn't melt like butter, mostly when I'm filming right in front of, you know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows in front of me, and it doesn't melt away. Okay, I think let's go with highlighters. Although this one is said to be a blush, but to me it's not a blush, but I can see that it could be a very chameleonic product depending on your skin tone. And I'm talking about that Chanel, this is that Perles de Lumiere. To me, this right here, it acts more as a highlighter. It's not a beaming highlighter at all. It does have a beautiful champagne peach base to it. What, I'm gonna swatch it here better. My arm is a little bit deeper than my hand, believe it or not. It has this beautiful champagne tone with a little bit of peach tone, but it actually gives that glow from within effect. In fact, if you go to Chanel's website, you can use it as an all-over buffing powder, and I actually did that today. Okay, it's here, my Sonia G Master Face Brush, and I just apply it all over and just like buff it into my face, and it looks wonderful. It looks beautiful. It's just such a beautiful shade. Like I said, it's chameleonic because I feel that it will work. Say if you're a fair skin tone, it can work for you as a blush topper with that luminosity and that radiancy. But if you have a deeper complexion, it can work for you too. You know, it will just show a little bit more. I mean, I think it's such a great product from Chanel. Now, going to the next highlighter, Pat McGrath and her Divine Rose highlighter. I think it's the Skin Fetish Ultra Glow highlighter. I think this is the best highlighter that Pat McGrath has come out with. And I know we're still begging her for blushes, and then she just launched, I mean, she just brought back her Liquid Last lipsticks that I'm like, no, I'm not getting them. They are too dry. I leave it that for another time. But anyhow, this highlighter, it has, again, champagne base with the pink flip and a little bit of peach in it. So again, it's another one of those that are just so chameleonic that it just gives a little bit more versatility on the way that you apply it. As you can tell, this is more beaming looking, and it's the one that I have today. Do you see right there? It's that one, but it makes your skin look wet, you know, and that I think is something that I honestly look forward when I use a highlighter that is a little bit more potent. I don't want it to be like strip of highlighter, but rather a very, very nice kind of like, you know, glow from within. So beautiful. And you can build it up. I mean, you don't have to go full intensity, you could just go a little. I mean, beautiful, both of them, just beautiful, beautiful products. Since we're still on the highlighter trend, let's go with this other highlighter. This one is a cream highlighter, and this is from Westman Atelier. I did a kind of like a full brand overview. I think, did I miss, I think just the mascara in that review, but I mean, it's fairly complete. A lot of swatches, comparisons and whatnot. I have this one, the shade Nectar. I think, I mean, this for my skin tone looks so beautiful. It looks like a real highlighter. This highlighter is completely different than these two highlighters right here. I mean, I'm gonna swatch it, but you can barely see it. It's kind of like a gloss for your skin. It's when you have that, I mean, that's the concept of the brand. Just very, not only clean beauty, but basically kind of like very natural makeup. Not too much, just, you know, make your skin features come through and just do not cover them, do not emphasize them. I love this shade. It's kind of like a pinky, again, with a little bit of that warmth in it, not being peach at all, but kind of like a pink rosé type of shade. I don't know what I'm thinking about rosé wine. Oh, okay, whatever. But yes, it is a beautiful highlighter. I'm talking about Westman Atelier. Another product that it actually surprised me is the super loaded tinted highlighter. And here it is, the thing about this highlighter is tinted. And you can really tell. And when I saw it at first, I'm like, oh, this is so deep, very dark. I'm like, is this gonna work for me as a highlighter? And I will tell you right up front, to me, this is not a highlighter. I think this, at least on my skin tone, looks beautiful as a blush. And I take it, you know guys, if you have been watching my videos, I like to apply my blush a little bit upper. I don't take it right here because of my enlarged pores, so it hits a little bit of that highlighter area. So I'm taking it from here all the way right here. It looks gorgeous. It just have that beautiful radiance. I mean, I don't think you can go overboard. You can apply it. I like to actually apply it with my finger more than a brush, or even a sponge could work too, but your finger application is good too. Lovely product, very weighty though, very, very weighty, very nice. I mean, like, presentation from Westman Atelier really makes you feel that luxury experience. Since we're talking about blush, I cannot go without talking about the new Sisley blushes. And the one that I have right now on is Rosy Fuchsia. I know I'm all into this like pink vibe right here, but I think it's just so lovely. You can go overboard with these because they do have a lot of pigmentation. They are not flat matte. They have a little bit of radiance to them, but not shimmer in it. There's no shimmer, so they are not flat matte. They just actually give that beautiful natural kind of blush to your skin. And again, I don't want to repeat myself, but they are very, very pigmented. I have been loving this one right here when I go with like pink looks, and when I'm doing kind of like my everyday, more simplistic kind of look, and I go for my coral tones. This one right here, the 3 Coral. Lovely shades. I'm still wanting to get one more shade. I have my eyes on this other shade, but I'm like, do you need it? No, you don't need it. But yes, I want it. Yes, I want it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And then I finally tried this one. I had it for more than 6 months. I will even say 7 or even 8 months in my collection without touching it. I'm talking about the Burberry Face Palette. I have it in the shade, this is the 2 Medium Dark. And I was like, is this too dark for me? I'm using it today. I did a full review on this product. and it's perfectly fine. I really love this contour product. It's not too grayish in tone, it's not too warm, it's pretty neutral. It's just so easy to apply. My preferred way to use it is with a beauty sponge. Dab it, because I can have a lot more control. It blends super well. The bronzer right here is stunning, so I'm using the contour and then the bronzer. Truly lovely. It's available right now. I'm like, thank goodness. I think Burberry is gonna be kind of like the next Gucci. I'm honest with you. They are rebranding. They're coming with a new, well, they have the new eyeshadow palette. They have a new cushion foundation that honestly, the shade range, I do understand really well cushion foundations because they are not supposed to give so much coverage. It's something for kind of on the go, little natural looking kind of, you know, makeup. But the shade range, even if you have like the Chantecaille, for example, you know, that it's like a little bit like 10-12 shades, something like that, at least to have a little bit for everybody, because the amount of pigment on a cushion foundation, I mean, it's not that much. It's very little, so it's not really to give you that full coverage. But that cushion foundation from Burberry is like, why? But they are coming with the Ultimate Glow Foundation, which is a liquid foundation with more shades. Seems like they are gonna expand the line. It also comes in a gold package, and I actually love the Korean Burberry foundation. I have used it many times. It's one of my very favorite foundations, and I'm just so happy to give it a try. So there's more coming to Burberry, and I feel really bad to do this to you guys because I know that most of you are not able to get your hands on the Burberry Runway eyeshadow palette. This is just truly, what a beautiful formulation. I mean, you have here a combination of mattes, a combination of satin shades, a metallic shade. They are just stunning. They will not look matty on you at all and whatsoever. Forget about that. Super easy to blend. I mean, I just really love it. I feel so bad that I'm not able to use it in camera that much because it says that it's coming soon on Burberry website, so I will keep you posted and alert as soon as it comes back in stock, because this eyeshadow palette, you deserve to have it. If you haven't wanted it, you deserve to have it, and I know it's available in the Canadian market too. Since we have already dived into the eyeshadows, Chantecaille, oh my goodness, and their butterfly quad. This quartet right here is gorgeous. I have been using it in many ways. I have been using just these two shades, dipping it up a little with this shade, or using this shade as a little bit of an eyeliner, kind of like for an everyday look. And then I have been also using this shade. It's adventurous, but it's gorgeous. I mean, like, I love that it's this green peach undertone. I mean, it's just so lovely. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see much right there perhaps, but I just think it's so chameleonic. It's honestly a beautiful color story. I love that it has a peachy shade, but then you have two cool tones right there. So it's a very, you know, interesting color story. It's nothing that you encounter so frequently, mostly on the luxury world. So this is 100% an amazing quartet. And talking about eyeshadow quads, the one that I'm using today is the one from Pat McGrath, and this is Eternal Eden. And Eternal Eden. Honestly, I love the combination right here, because yes, you can tell me, you know, I'm just done with Pat McGrath and all her pink shades, but this one right here has depth to it. This right here is not your common fuchsia, you know, that is going to give you these like, oh my gosh, it looks so much amazing. No, it just have the perfect tone of, you know, a vibrant pink, but that is not too much. This brings down to, has more like neutral tones with a little bit of mauve. This one right here is a beautiful mauve shade. I mean, like this shade, you know, guys, I love mauves. And if you like mauvey tones with a little bit of taupey in there, stunning. And then this shade right here, glorious too. I mean, just beautiful. These quads right here, they are really taking the cake for me. I think they are great products from Pat McGrath. The formulation is up to par, blendability is there. I think she just did an extraordinary job with this collection right here. We need to see something different from Pat. We know that. You know, I want to see peach from her. Something peach, something more summery, some like aquamarine shades. I don't know, something different. Going to more eyeshadows right here, there has been two eyeshadows that I have been gravitating towards. I have been using a lot my eye quartet from Chantecaille, and when I haven't been wanting to really use this shade right here, you know, that I wanted just to go out and just call it a day, I use kind of like the deeper two shades, and then in the middle I have been loving to use this Tom Ford cream eyeshadow. This is a one and done eyeshadow in the shade Sphinx 3, that's the name. It's a beautiful shade. It has a little bit of that green in it. It has a little bit of pink and a little bit of peach. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I will highly suggest that to do not apply it with your finger. I think the best way to apply this shade right here, because it's so, I mean, kind of like duochrome. You see, you are seeing it on camera, kind of peach. But then if you turn, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, it has a little bit of green in it. It's just beautiful. It gives this very glamorous, summery vibe look, you know, like out of the beach, kind of like, okay, I'm a mermaid. Okay, I'm not a mermaid. I think you know what I mean right there. It's beautiful, but I will suggest to apply it with a brush. A synthetic brush is good too, completely fine with that. And then the one that I have been using a little bit more for like nighttime, not that I'm doing, you know, night out right now, but I have been going to dining, you know, and I like to use a little bit something more profound, a little bit more intense. By Auric, this is the eyeshadow in Defiance. So you have your powder topper right here, and then you have your cream shade right here. These are just beautiful, 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 beautiful. I think, again, Samantha did an outstanding job at creating her brand. I cannot wait to get, I think it's the shade Temper, which is the one that is kind of like, that's stunning right there. It looks totally wet on the eyes. They are so easy to apply. I mean, it's just like the easiest thing, one and done type of eyeshadow. Gorgeous, completely gorgeous. And I will have to say though, these right here, when I received it, the patty side, the cream side, it flopped out of this case right here. And it's not that the package was outside. In fact, when they delivered it to me, I put it inside right away. When I opened it, it was just like that. So I contact Auric, let them know about the situation. And I don't know, I mean, like how many people they are in the customer service or not. I have no idea. I know that it's a kind of like a smaller brand. And she said, well, there's nothing to do. It's the nature of the product. But honestly, I do have right here a ton of single shadows from Tom Ford, Charlotte Tilbury, Victoria Beckham. I mean, I have, you know, a good amount of them. And Chanel, and none of them, they have done that to me that they flop out of. So in a way, I see it like these type of shadows for me is like mostly for traveling, you know, take it on the go, you know, and something like that. I was able to press it down, but I just felt like the customer service wasn't like, how can I help you? How can I make this better? So when I replied back and I said, well, you know, honestly, I was thinking that I understand, but you know, it's a luxury brand, right? And they, after, you know, that email, that second email, they told me, well, I can send you a shipping label and you can send it back. And I said, well, is there a way that I can send it back and then you can replace it? Well, we don't have it available right now. So they couldn't even make a replacement for me. Not a big deal. I pressed it down, but for a luxury brand, I was hoping just a little bit, you know, of a better experience on that regards. But I think the most important part right here is that the best experience is on the product itself, on the performance of the product is up there. And yes, I'm looking forward to purchase the one in Temper. And then going into lipsticks, honestly, you know, I'm a lipstick lover, so this will come to no surprise to you. I think from the Chanel Le Blanc collection, Perles d'Éclat Tendresse, this is the shade that I'm using right now, is a beautiful pink shade, ideal for springtime, ideal for all the year round. And it's a Rouge Coco formula, which is very nice, hydrating, moisturizing, but it still has a lot of pigmentation. And then over top, I'm using this one right here from Guerlain. I mean, the casing is just I love the case with the pearls. It's just so pretty. Camera, look right here. All right, there you go. It's just so pretty. And surprisingly, I thought I was gonna like more the one that looks a little bit more bronzy tone, but actually I like this one right here, which is kind of like a pinkier shade, and I have it right in the middle of my lips just to keep that extra glow. It's not metallic. It does have pigmentation, enough pigmentation, but not too much that you're not able to just apply it with easy. I mean, absolutely love it. And then kind of for my everyday, I have been just interchanging these ones right here from Chantecaille. I cannot make up my mind which one I like the most. These ones are their lip cheeks. So they are not like the lip veils. They have a little bit less pigmentation and they are more balmy like, but they do have color to them. I mean, all of the shades are just stunning, but the one that kind of like stands out to me a little bit more, again, you just, that pink, that Valentine's Life is Clover. I think this is just so up my alley. In fact, when you see my first impressions when I'm doing the review of this collection, I'm like, oh, I just gasp how beautiful it looks. But then they have this beautiful peachy shade, peach blossom too. And then Hyssop took me by surprise because I do like cool tone shades, but I'm like, okay, what's gonna be the outcome of a cool tone shade on, you know, this formulation? Truly stunning, truly stunning. So if you're not like in the vibe to use too much lipstick, this is a really, really good route. And then I just need to mention this right here. I have been loving these sponges by Sonia Kashuk. You can buy them at Target. I just have to give them a shout out because these are really good sponges. I do have my beauty blenders. You know, I love my beauty blenders, but you know what? There's so many sponges right now in the market. These are affordable and they are great. I just wanted to give them a shout out. They deserve the shout out right here. And another product that, again, I just feel so bad to mention it, but I have to mention it. I mean, like, it deserves to be permanent on Guerlain's line, is their Meteorites in Pink Pearls. This is from their spring collection. I know this is as hard to find as a unicorn, but there you go, they are it. And you know what? For my skin tone, I do have light to medium skin tone. It works perfectly fine as an all-over buffer shade, or if I use another type of brush, I intensify it and I can use it as a blush. I mean, again, a review is up for that collection too, but today I used the Chanel one to buff all over my face completely, and then I finish it off just on the perimeters of my face, a little bit right here, and also I apply just a dash right here, this red right here. Oh, really, it's just a pleasure to use this makeup that is so good, that it performs so well. And then, I mean, the pink has to be here. I have been enjoying so much my Delina from Parfum de Marly. This is, I mean, to me, a scent that I have been using for so long. It's such a beauty. It has a base of vanilla. It also has rose in it. It has lychee, and I think that lychee is what it makes the difference. It's not your typical rose scent. It's not your typical floral scent. It's not even a gourmand scent. It's that lychee that makes a little bit of like a shift in it, but it makes it just so beautiful. I'm not a person that likes vanilla scent, and here I don't feel that vanilla strong, you know, strength in it. This is a beautiful fragrance for like every day. I know it's on a little bit on the pricey side, but it's just stunning. I have been back again falling in love with it. In fact, I went to an event with my friend Erin Nicole. She's also a creator here in this platform, and she was so sweet. She invited me to it, and they were launching the new Delina La Rosée. Oh, that fragrance right there is beautiful too. I cannot wait to, you know, get my hands on it. But that kind of like triggered me to like, okay, I need to take this one out and I need to use it. I have too many fragrances, so this is just so beautiful. And what I love about it too is that it doesn't leave any powdery scent or overwhelming floral. I mean, it's a very intriguing scent that you are gonna get a lot of compliments out of it because it's different. It's different. It's nothing typical. And then at the end, you feel a little bit of that muskiness in it. It's just, It's just so elegant. Love it. Okay, and then going really quick to some of the last products they have to do with hair care. So I had the worst experience here in Florida for my hair. I had been babying my hair so much. So Erin, she recommended me a place, but I was in a rush to, like I was like postponing it because I had to do many things, and then the time arrived that I had to meet with someone, and I didn't have the time to do the appointment with who my friend Erin had suggested. So I said, I need to find something local, something close by. So I searched, by my area, kind of like the best salons, and this one appeared right on the top. They were like great reviews. I went there. It was the worst experience ever. I didn't only have to be there, wait an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to be sitting down. I explained the stylist who was helping me at the moment, what did I want. I showed him pictures of myself, of my own hair, because I don't like highlighters to go too high up, and I told him how much I dislike to have this orange tone on my hair and whatnot. Anyhow, at the end result, I had orange carrot hair, pretty much. And when I told him, honestly, I'm not happy about it, he said, well, we have a light that is yellow on that side, not the one that it was here, it was white, on that side that is reflecting, and that's why you see it yellow. Not only that, when they wash my hair, oh my goodness, I never felt like nails stabbing me so bad on my scalp. It was just torture. My hair was all red, my scalp, I felt so bad. And even though that I got a haircut, my hair got damaged again. It feels, it's feeling better right now, but it felt like hay. It was just so bad, such a bad experience. I called them back in to let them know my disappointment. It was really expensive too. It wasn't cheap at all. And they told me, oh, we can get you in. I made the appointment, and I'm like thinking about it, saying, no, I don't want to go through the same torture. No. So going back right here, I had been pampering my hair as much as possible, so to tone down a little bit of that orange tone. Fanola, they were very kind, and they sent me a full-on package. You have seen it. I did a mega haul with PR. So I have been using their anti-orange shampoo. You need to use gloves with these, but it really helped tone down that orangey tone. Really beautiful product. I love the smell too, it's really good. And then I had been interchanging it with my Oribe shampoo for beautiful color. This gives a little bit more moisture to your hair, and I love Oribe brand. And you know what, actually Sephora is selling Oribe right now. They just entered into Sephora. Sephora has so many new brands right now that kudos for them. That's amazing. So I have been interchanging those two shampoos. And then again from Fanola, I have been using their Restructuring Fluid Crystal Serum. So this is to restructure, the bones of your hair, and I have seen a difference, because believe me, right now it still doesn't look as it was before, but at least I can tell that it's not as dry and as hay-like when I use this friend right here. Truly a beautiful, nourishing oil. Gorgeous. Okay, friends, and I think, did I forget something? No, I think this is it for this video. I hope that you truly enjoy it. I would love to know from you, what have you been loving for the month of February? It doesn't have to be anything about beauty. It can just be whatever you want. If it's a book, a show, whatever it is, a walk, whatever. You just have to let me know, what have you been loving for the month of February. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you will give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, also share with family and friends, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day.